It's been a box office blockbuster. With over $1.6 billion in sales worldwide, Avatar is on course to be the biggest, most successful film of all time. Even in China, where the movie theatre infrastructure is still developing, especially outside major cities, it's already the most successful film ever shown. It's taken over $80 million nationwide, and theatres up and down the country, at least those with 3D facilities, have been solidly sold out for much of Avatar's run. Many are attributing the success of the film to the high-tech special effects and the thrill of the 3D experience. But much online comment also points to the film's theme of forced eviction. That's a politically sensitive topic in a country where evictions at the hands of unscrupulous property developers or local governments are a daily, if underreported, event. However, in a controversial move, the 2D version of the film has been pulled from Chinese screens. Many are angry, blaming government censorship and interference. But 3D screenings will continue to be shown, and almost 2/3 of seats sold so far were for the 3D version. But not all cinemas in the country, especially in remoter areas, have those facilities. So the fact remains that fewer Chinese will have the opportunity to catch the blockbuster. There's still a steady stream of visitors to the box office here in China, even though Avatar is no longer available in 2D. However, speculation remains. There's lots of talk on blogs, in the press and even on the streets as to why Avatar is only available in 3D versions. Publicly, however, the cinemas and the China Film Group insist that this decision is commercial rather than political. China Film Group is the sole distributor of foreign films in the country. Deputy Director Zhang Hongsen said that compared to the 3D version, 2D screenings had performed poorly, and that's why the run was cut short. And that trend is confirmed by cinema managers.
In this cinema, we have 2 screens showing Avatar in 3D, and it's almost always sold out, especially on the weekend. But the 2D version's box office sales aren't as good as the 3D one, with only half the seats being sold, even on the weekend. However, though ticket sales for Avatar 2D may be slower, Dang concedes that it does have an appeal for many. She agrees that many cinemas in China don't have 3D, and even where it is available, some prefer the traditional version to the overwhelming 3D experience. Elderly cinema-goers in particular complained of dizziness. In terms of an official explanation as to why the 2D screenings had been pulled, though, she was vague. I don't know the exact reason why 2D Avatar was stopped. We were just told by the distributor to stop screening it from January 22nd. Probably the box office performance of the 2D version wasn't that good. Cinema-goers, though, were more sceptical. The withdrawal of Avatar in 2D coincides with the release of Confucius, a big-budget biopic of the Chinese philosopher, which has the backing of the state.
I think this movie is a way of protecting ourselves. It's good that we're supporting domestic Chinese films.
So this is the film which many believe is the reason why Avatar is no longer available in China in 2D. And despite the relatively poor reviews in the press, ticket sales for Confucius do appear to be fairly strong. However, sources we spoke to at the cinema didn't believe that these strong sales would continue for very long. Despite the increased opportunity to see homegrown movies, though, it's clear that Avatar fever hasn't diminished.
I'm going to see Avatar because my friends told me that it's really good. Tickets aren't that easy to buy anymore, but it doesn't matter that there is no 2D version. Most people want to see it in 3D anyway.
So while screenings of Avatar are being gently phased out, there does appear to be more room on the screen for China's homegrown films, films such as Confucius or the 3D film True Legend or Sutiar. Whether they capture the imagination, though, of China's cinema-going public does remain to be seen. Hala Mohyuddin, BON.